What's going on, folks? Welcome back to another Rant and Rave, number 2 for the year, I guess, here, Johnny the Historian. But we're going to have a historian will rant and rave, and things that pisses me off. Alright? Now, recently in the last week in the news, a lot of things have been going on in the world, right? Normal day. If there's no news, start running. But, pretty much, or better yet, go to church, say your prayers. Alright? Get the old rosary bead out there and start making your prayers, because I'm telling you, if there was no news today, there's something wrong with the world. Now, in the last week, Trump has done a lot, which Trump has done every week, which is, making all the libtards cry, and those Democrats pretty much piss their pants and wondering on what he's going to do next. And the great thing about it is, what did he just do? Now, with the whole Greenland thing, wow, it went back the way it was. It was normal. You know, one thing about Trump, and throughout the course of human history, Trump actually, I think, knows his history pretty well, and he has learned a lot of things, even from Vladimir Putin, is the concept of what America's always done the last 240, 50 years, but is basically bully the world around, right? Trump is worse than your cats. Now, if you have a cat, most cats that I know, when they're hungry and there's no food in their dish, they run rampant. They break stuff, knock stuff off to get your attention. They're like a bad bunch of young lads. Well, that's almost the same thing as Trump, okay? When he doesn't get what he wants and he doesn't have it, he's going to take a tantrum. He's going to start, threatening. More tariffs. We're going to put boots on the ground in Greenland. And everything in between. And starting saying insults and everything like that, which most of his insults, don't get me wrong, I love Trump, but most of his insults is not even historically accurate. So, or even currently accurate. Alright? He goes on those tangents. Right? Now, the thing too, one thing that really irritates me and really pisses me off is actually what's going on in the States, okay, with the whole ICE. I said ICE. And what happened in Minneapolis with the two deaths of those two American citizens at the hands of the good old law enforcement of ICE and immigration. The thing is, I really don't like to, I like to look into it. I like to poke the bear. I like to take outside the norm. And one thing that really pisses me off is the fact of, okay, 2 people died. That's a tragedy. Just like Joseph Stalin said, 1 death is a tragedy, but 1 million is a statistic. It gives you an idea. Just that quote alone gives a lot of information about the human psyche, right? Now, a few people die, we can comprehend that. They got names, their faces are postered all over like poster boys and girls, right? We get a little detail about their lives. But besides that, if their death never happened, we wouldn't even know these people. And the one thing that really irritates me, the whole city shut down because 2 people died. People die in that city every day at the hands of gangs. Not law enforcement. Gangs kill each other. And innocent people get caught up in those wars. Nah. It's because law enforcement didn't do it. We can't go against the cartel. We can't go against the Crips. Nah, we'll leave them alone. They're okay. They're like our own people. No, man. But besides that, I gotta get my dope. But as soon as law enforcement kills somebody, or an accident happens, if it was murder, an accident, or self-defense, everybody protested, everyone's in an uproar. Are you kidding me? Like, seriously, think about it, okay? Joseph Stalin's quote is 100% accurate. Because I don't know about the human psyche. It's because, take the last guy that passed away. We all seen the video. Law enforcement said he had a gun. It was all in self-defense. Kind of doesn't really match the profile of a nurse and what we do know about his life. But is the media really going to give us everything? No. There's really no 100% truth or fact behind anything they actually give. One thing that irritated me the most is the fact that you had people out there that didn't even know this guy and mourning and weeping. You're not at the crucifixion of our Lord there, boys. Like, holy hell. Like, oh, what was his name? What? Yeah, the nurse. Oh, God, I can't live anymore. These libtards are, like, literally out there in a theoretical fucking shit. Just a grade A Hollywood performance, weeping at the place where he passed away. Now, logically, think with me here for a second. Like it or not, the only people that actually should be mourning and bawling their eyes out and crying and actually have the right to do so is the family, friends, co-workers, because he was a nurse, as well as neighbors, right? People that actually knew him as a human being. Now, the whole thing that just happened is a tragedy. But holy frick. Alright, holy, like, just F, you know? Why can't people just man up and actually state for what it is? It's an accident. Things like this happen. It looked like it was murdered. But then again, according to the media, ever since Floyd, and even before that, they all look like murders. Now, the most interesting thing is these both people were white and American citizens. So technically you could say right now, remember the whole Lloyd thing and set off the whole movement, which was awesome in a sense of its own right, Black Lives Matter? Well, if these two people, I don't hear anybody saying white lives matter. Oh, did I just say that? Fuck yeah, I did. Now, here's the other thing. Oh, wait. Or they're going to change it and be like, American citizen lives matter. Well, that would just state the fact of anti-immigration right off the get-go. Make something up. Those libtards and those woke millennials are going to do something. They're going to be offended by something. If you're offended, I'm sorry, but you're a moron and uneducated. A person, when you go to a debate, I remember university when you were in a debate. Now, I'm not going to, I'll be real. Alright? This is where I learned a lot. And when I sat in a history class and we had a historical debate, alright? And I'll give you the one that just trumps a lot. And it wasn't about Trump. You had a side that defended Hitler's actions. Defended Hitler. Saying that he was a good, alright? Keep it simple. Good. Extraordinary. Right? Then you had the other side which said, well, obviously we know he was an evil motherfucker. So, right? We know he's an evil dick asshole. Alright? So, the spawn of Satan himself. So you had to debate with us. At the same time, it teaches you the fact that if you're educated, you can actually state your case. And if they're educated, you have to respect the wishes of the other side. That way you'd be like, hey, yeah, that is fact and that is true. Never thought of that. Civilized. Whoa. Big, right? Liberals will be offended. They'd be on their side. I'm offended. It should be, some Italian shouldn't be selling German food. Why is a white man selling tacos? Grow up. But at the same time, you say diversity is strength, which we damn well know that's historically bullshit. Give me an example in world history on a massive scale where diversity is strength. In an empire? Well, Rome did a lot of policies and a lot of, decrees to resolve that issue, to make sure the entire empire, we are all Roman citizens. Nationalism was trying to do the same thing, but when you got libtards, you got chaos. When you got libtards and woke, you have disorder, chaos, and division. Proven fact is in the world we live in today. This country's been run by libtards now for well over a decade. And where have that gotten us? Are we up here? Hell no. We started here, now we're here. We're almost scraping the bottom of the barrel. We're trying to get through the bottom of the barrel to see if there's actually anything on the other side. Oh, wait, yeah, it's dirt. It's all we got for government. Effing dirt. You know what I mean? So, keep that in mind. Now, for me, like, this is a huge tragedy. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, get me wrong, get me right. Your choice. Alright, free will, God gave us after the Garden of Eden, alright? So, let me look at this for a second. Alright, so you got people in the morning, they shut down the whole city for these two people against law enforcement because people make mistakes. Now, one life is a tragedy, indicating a couple dozen. We only can comprehend. Is it the fact that we only can relate because we have a picture? He looks human in that photo. Right? You seen the photos? It's like the same photos that I have on the mental stand of my kids or my parents or my brothers and sisters and friends. It's somewhat of a subconscious relation. Oh, he did that. Yeah, I know a few people that were nurses too. Is it because of that? The human psyche? The psychology behind it? Because what happened in Nigeria with the genocide of all the Christians, the numbers are astronomical. In Iran, you got well over 6,500 and, well, over 6,000 to over 6,000 right now. Protesters slaughtered in the streets. But you can't give 6,000 people a channel to go through. Here's a face, here's a name, here's what they did. It becomes a statistic. It's too high for our human mind to comprehend. Right? Now, people don't weep and mourn as much as they do in these protests when a couple people die through the course of the last, let's say, 50 years of the human social subconscious. Because it's amazing. Millions of Jews died. I wept. I wept for the people that were in Nigeria. The Christians, my fellow Christians that are being perished and genocided. Genocided word? I gotta look at that. That's a word. Anyway. It's not. It's a new word. I claim it. Now, facing genocide and mass executions and murder. I wept for them. I even wept for the protesters in Iran. Those are protesters. Those people are ballsy. Why can't we do that in this country? All right. We have peace. Give them liberty. Liberty is so precious, it must be rationed, right? Vladimir Lenin. Now, is that the case? We just give it? You give them the right to vote, they don't vote. Who said this, Marx or Lenin? Right? You give them the right to vote. This is the human psyche, right? Are we that really great of a species on this planet, really? You give them the right to vote, I don't want to vote. It's all the same. You take that road away. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Holy shit. They're going to be in the streets and uproar and taking our rights. You never even fucking used the rights. It was given to you. You didn't even use them. Those libtards, line them up, slap the hell out of them. And be a man about it when you do it. Like, what is wrong with society? Right? The almighty dollar, right? You know? Money comes and goes, they say, but I can't give you $20. We just live in a society of consistently contradictions. It's like maybe what you should effing say is this. Here's a thought. If I had the $20, I'd definitely give it to you, but I don't have it. But when I do, I could. Imagine if we had a government work like that. Right? So you got back to Minneapolis, you have these people just going at woohoo morning. And they're making a little Virgil and all this stuff memoriam at the place and laying flowers down. Is that some kind of self-righteous thing? It's like, hey, look at me, everybody. Look at me. I got flowers. I remember this guy. I don't even know this guy from a hole in the ground. It's a tragic thing. Well, maybe, and they lay it down and they go, and they felt they. You ever watch something and they like fakely cry? It's lies. It's hilarious. Since the dawn of time, the only people that I could realize that actually wept down to their soul was at the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. And the death of a few other people. Like Martin Luther King, John F. Kennedy. He touched the lives of everybody. That is definitely weeping over, right? But some guy, he may have a lot of patients that he saved lives because he was a nurse. Those people could be there too. But the thing is, shut the whole city down? Did the city of hundreds of thousands of people knew this guy? Let the guy rest. Maybe here's a thought. Stop making him into a martyr and a symbol and a reason of why. This is why we gotta stop ICE. ICE is out of control. Yeah, that shows. Now fix the problem. Right? Now I gotta see how Trump's gonna fix this. This should be interesting how this goes. Especially with the mayor of Minneapolis who wants ICE out. Well, he must get all out of Minnesota. I guess all the immigrants are gonna go to Minnesota. And probably freeze to death. But, each is their own. Now, it's hilarious about protests nowadays. Remember when protests were actually legitly? Right? Anyway. Maybe if they just actually, let the guy rest. There's a problem. You gotta do the investigation. You can't jump the gun. Like the guy in Nova Scotia. Everybody thought he was a bland guy. What was he? A dentist? Pharmacist? Medical personnel? And he went ape shit? And killed 20-some people? Well thought out and planned? But you don't think a nurse wouldn't have a gun? Looking for the truth here. I'm not standing for either side. As a job of historian, you gotta look at both sides. You're not just consistently prosecution, and you're not consistently defense. So, hey, well then, okay? You can't judge and jump by the book every time that law enforcement, something happens, right? Well, if that's the case, just pisses you off the way society is today. And when you're a historian, you look back and you're like, you know what? There's times in human history where society was pretty much bang on. It was adequate. People had morals and manners and behavior, respectable behavior, to seek the truth, no matter how obscene it was. Because libtards were not libtards. They had moments where they were in their teenage years, but like I keep mentioning, liberalism is so inbred since it came out of the French Revolution that it is why we call them libtards. Woke are morons. Hands down, morons. Oh, this is... what we should consider is things like that affects us all. It's like the gay movement. Alright, we'll take a side note on this because I want to get this off my chest. It's like the gay movement. The alphabet people, which is great, they know their alphabet, but they don't know their numbers. Because last time I checked, 1 and 1 equals 2. Oh, wait, male, female equals... When did 1 go into 1? Oh, that's gay. When does 0 go into 0? Well, that's just the taco crunch. Right? Now that whole movement, I really, no pun intended, didn't give a rat's ass about their rights. I don't care. The logic is, it doesn't care who you are, if you go by race, religion, whatever. Right? The big thing that we all need jobs and income to survive and to have a life, correct? If you're against that, you must be liberal. 64,000 jobs have been, this is another thing that pisses me off, this is the dumb ass humanity. We put our faith in AI. Amazon just announced tens of thousands, well over 100,000 jobs in the last year have been terminated because they're looking for better alternatives, which is AI. They're putting all of it into AI and robotics. What's going to happen? Is anybody curious? Oh, I am every day, right? It's like this. You got 30 million people in your country. Let's say about 10 million, just for shits and giggles, can't work because they're kids or they're retired or disabled. That leaves you 20 million. But you only have 5 million jobs available. Now, I'm pretty shitty at math, but you're going to have 15 million goddamn people jobless. How is society going to run? Capitalism can't survive because no one's going to be spending shit. And you think those 5 people can support 15 million people? That's just a sum. It's amazing how we just go for self-destruction and we're all like gone-ho about it. Well, I ain't gone-ho about it. I'm sitting there telling people, like, telling you, how dumb is our species on this planet? And we're supposed to be intelligent? Right. We set ourselves up to fail consistently. As a society. I don't think we can function as a society. Civilization is just too much for this brain to comprehend in the last 10,000 years. Oh, which is 12,000 to 10,000 years is the agricultural revolution. That was their first mistake. You think, how would that be? Well, look it up. There's quite a few books out there. It's really good. I think there is a documentary. I'm not sure. I heard about it, but I don't understand. But, take a look into it. And no, it's not one of those meth head conspiracy theories. Now, define the truth. Right? All these things piss me off. What pisses you off? Does that piss you off? Do I piss you off? That'd be great. And get in line. I always like to say, oh, you're pissed off at me? That's great. Just get in line there. Take a ticket. Come around. I'll give you my autograph. Bye-bye. Now, really, what's going on? Like, you know, ICE needs to be investigated. Yep, sure, that whole Minneapolis. Make sure you're probably all like, where is he going? Right? Find the truth. Have solace. Give that boy some rest. Let him rest in peace. Let the family actually mourn this tragic event. And here's the other thing. I could never understand. Someone dies. Now, that's your time to go. Well, what is it? Well, if God said that I'm going to bring Thomas home by an accident, well, guess what? That's how Thomas is going home. So don't give me this crap. Well, he was short-lived, but you're a Christian and you're not following what the hell you're preaching. This is where I'm like, what? Muslims are terrible. But anyway, you know, but as a Christian myself, I'm like, can you practice what you preach? Stop with the contradictions. Stop being hypocritical. Right? What does God say in the Bible, by the way? Especially in Deuteronomy. Help the poor of your land. Well, Canada has those programs. And I tried most of my life to help the poor when I could. When I had the means to do so, I helped as many people as I could. Sure, I may not have the savings for retirement, but you know what? I don't give a shit. Do you know why? Because God gave me what to do. Right? And I was raised on Christian values. But I will draw the sword. Not spiritually. I will do that too. But even physically, to defend Christians abroad. But that's my rant and rave this time. Next time, well, we'll see what happens in the news and we'll go from there. However you want to take it, I don't really... It's your choice. I'm not going to judge it. You judge me. You judge me. I don't judge you. I don't know. It makes you look terrible. Ha! You have the right to your opinion, right? So, but I find it's, wow, the human brain and psyche, right? One person dies, it's, because we all have that in our lives. We all have at least one death once in a while. We can comprehend that. Most people, they're going to cope with alcohol or drugs, but when it becomes a statistic, I'm fine. 6 million lives lost, and you're okay with it, but 2 people die, and you have a drinking problem? It's interesting on the human psyche, think about it. But anyway, that's my rant and rave for this time. I have a few more lectures and starting another series and things like that. So, watch them, don't give a shit, whatever. Watch them, put them on play, listen, whatever. Comment if you're interested. Whatever. Your choice, free will. Alright? Now, until next time, be a man, slap a libtard, and better yet, punch those woke morons in the nuts. Because they need to bend the hell over. Because that's what they should be doing if they're going for the rights. Until then, take care. Don't do anything I would do. Well, some things I think you should. But until then, keep it real. And slap a libtard and be a man about it.